Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this first Zoom Facebook Live physician lecture hosted by the City of Sunny Isles Beach and Mount Sinai Medical Center. My name is Oscar Llorente. I'm the Director of Community Relations and Development at Mount Sinai Medical Center. I hope this day finds you well and safe. I'm here to introduce Dr. Oksana Karpov, internal medicine physician at Mount Sinai Medical Center in Sunny Isles Beach. She's here to talk to you about the importance of nutrition and exercise and why it is important to be fit and healthy during this pandemic. So without further ado, I'd like to turn it over to Dr. Karpov.
Thank you, Oscar. It's my pleasure. So today we will be talking about nutrition and exercise. First of all, I'd like to mention that COVID-19 has altered all of our lives in many ways, from stay at home, stay safe order to disruptions in our work, school, and travel routines. These have been hard times for all of us. We were all suffering during quarantine and stay at home order, especially with our abilities to exercise and eat well. So why is it important to stay healthy and avoid gaining weight during pandemic? Well, first of all, being overweight and obese is linked to more than 40 diseases, including type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, stroke, sleep apnea, osteoarthritis, many different types of cancer, complications from viral illnesses, specifically viral respiratory illness like COVID-19 and seasonal flu. Also, all of these medical problems are more likely to increase the severity of COVID-19 if someone becomes infected. There has been a recent study that's shown that people who are overweight had a 46% higher chance of becoming infected with COVID than those who are normal weight. This is why achieving and maintaining a healthy weight remains as important as ever. And this is why, even during a global pandemic, we should continue doing our best to stay healthy. Another concern is in regards to vaccinations in overweight people and obese people. We're all hoping that COVID-19 vaccine will be available soon. But what we've learned over the years that traditional flu vaccinations do not work as well in people with obesity. So this probably has a lot to do with the fact that our immune system, immune response is altered because of the weight and the inflammatory changes that occur. I think as we develop the COVID vaccine, patients with obesity will remain at higher risk, and we need to have a vaccine that's going to work for this population as well, or we should at least try to, like I said, do our best to maintain our weight and avoid gaining weight during pandemic. Now, let's take a look at some definitions since we're talking about nutrition and fitness today. What is physical fitness? Well, fitness is a state of health and well-being, and more specifically, it's the ability to perform aspects of sports, occupational, and daily activities. Physical fitness is generally achieved through proper nutrition, moderate vigorous physical exercise, and sufficient rest. What about nutrition? Well, we all know nutrition is about eating healthy, right? It's eating a healthy and balanced diet. Food and drink provide the energy and nutrients that we need to be healthy. So understanding these terms may make it easier for us to make better food choices and increase our physical activity. So this leads me to the next question. Is weight loss necessary and possible during pandemic? A lot of patients have been concerned about their weight. So I would answer it as absolutely yes. Losing 5 to 10 pounds, or even more, is entirely possible. And we will discuss some of the strategies that might help you do so. What can you do, especially if you're staying home, to stay healthy and feel good? First thing I would definitely recommend, start stepping on a scale. Try to do it on a daily basis. If not, then at least once a week. Why is it important? Well, I've seen a lot of patients through telehealth visits recently in the past few months, and I was really surprised at how few patients have weighed themselves. When I asked what their current weight was, they were surprised about the question. Why are you asking me, doctor? I'm not in the office. Why do you want to know my weight? Well, it's really important. So some patients even were surprised and started laughing, saying, hey, you know I gained weight. Some patients were really mad, say, I gained 20, 30 pounds. I need to do something. But I mean, there's really few people who step on the scale and really maintain and check their weight. So it's really important. Why is it important? Because checking your weight and maintaining your weight and weighing yourself is both therapeutic and diagnostic. In fact, according to the National Weight Loss Registry, which tracks people who have lost significant weight and maintain the loss, has shown that people who weigh themselves are more likely to keep that weight down. Another important point is that once you know your weight, you can determine your body mass index, which is a height over weight ratio that will show where you fall in the weight spectrum. And there are many different calculators, BMI calculators available online, so you can check yours today. So let's go through that. Your BMI is considered healthy if it falls between 18.5 and 25. You're becoming overweight if the number is between 25 and 30. It's a good reason to start adjusting your diet and exercise. When BMI reaches 30 and above, people begin to have extremely difficult time losing weight without medical support and interventions. At Mount Sinai, we do offer options such as nutrition consult, medications, endoscopic procedures, surgery for people who really need help. So if you need to lose 10 to 15 pounds or even more, it should be doable during pandemic if you are really monitoring your diet, monitoring your weight, and starting to exercise. We'll get into more detail about exercise in a little bit, but even with the restrictions and changes during the pandemic, it's still possible to maintain your weight and keep your weight down in a healthy range. What else can you do besides stepping on a scale? So the second step you could do is to come up with a clear plan. You need to have a daily routine. So you have, like right now, you used to have routines before pandemic started, right? So you were waking up, going to work on a daily basis, or at least you had a plan for the day. We need to continue that. Even if you're staying home, even if you don't have to go anywhere, you need a routine. It will help you deal with stress. It will help you deal with many different things and maintain your weight specifically to make sure that you're staying healthy. Daily routine has been lost for a lot of people. Our lives have changed. So being locked at homes is causing regular habits to be sacrificed. Some people no longer able to go to work, or they work from home. Some lost their jobs, leading to frustration, and some people are simply afraid to leave their house. So for a lot of people, spending more time at home became a new normal. So we need to adjust to that and make sure that we do have a daily routine to go with it. What's the best way to deal with it? Like I mentioned, daily routine. That means getting up in the morning, taking a shower, getting breakfast, and having a clear plan for the day. It's not always easy. And let's say, I'll give you one example. If you're a teacher, and if your living room now becomes a virtual classroom and your kitchen table is now your office, it makes sense that your routine has already changed. So you have to adjust. You also now have less time to plan and prepare healthy from scratch meals like you used to. You're more likely grabbing quick snacks, and those are not always the best choices. So and I have to tell you, if you're struggling just to keep up with daily routines during the pandemic, you're not alone. Millions of Americans have reported big changes in their lives. This also included mood swings and feeling of anxiety and depression. There has been a big change from my practice as well as an internal medicine physician at Mount Sinai. I have started to see more patients through telehealth visits, which is also a big change for me. But I also wanted to mention that it's important that you continue to see your medical provider as well for your regular physical exams, wellness exams, to address your chronic medical conditions, to talk about your weight if you're gaining weight, if you have difficulty losing weight. Those are still things to talk to with your provider. Do not stop seeing your medical provider. Just go for your regular exams, wellness exams, to address your chronic medical conditions during the pandemic. So we talked about weighing yourselves. We talked a little bit about a daily routine. What else can you do? Well, let's look at the exercise. Most of your time is now spent indoors, probably. You have been in the last couple months, especially with gyms being closed. It's hard. So physical activity most likely have been reduced for people. A lot of us know that, if we're not able to exercise, we become a little bit more stressed, maybe even depressed, anxious. But what can you do? Well, try to see if you can go for a walk. Go outside. Spend as much time outdoors as possible walking. Increase your daily activity. Increase your, walking time or active time during the day. Lack of exercise and physical activity can lead to the unfortunate result of eating poorly and eventually becoming anxious and depressed. All of this has a negative impact on our immune system. So when you fuel your body with unhealthy foods and engage in only limited physical activity, you're putting yourself at a higher risk of contracting the illness. So the good news is that with the right mindset and proper planning, you can overcome this and get back on track. All this is possible through daily routine, planning your day, watching your diet, exercising, and obviously staying positive. This takes me to the next question. What are some of the ways to maintain nutrition and exercise during pandemic? Well, taking proper care of ourselves may seem impossible. Fitness during COVID and eating nutritionally rich foods is very important to your health, and it is possible. I'll give you some of the ways to stay ahead of the game. For example, you have to be aware and you have to be able to respond to stress. There's no way to escape the additional mental strain you're feeling, but the more you can limit and reduce the stress, the better you'll be both emotionally and physically. And reducing the stress could be achieved through daily exercise. You have to also take time and make sure you breathe, make sure you're getting enough sleep, make sure you limit your consumption of, alcohol. Maybe reduce time, on social media and news that can trigger anxiety and depression. Avoid watching TV at bedtime. So those are the things that you could do. And another, I want to stress another point is that maintaining a good quality sleep during pandemic is very important to help maintain your weight. So if you have sleep apnea, please continue using your CPAP machine. Please follow up with your physician and make sure that you follow your daily routine. If you have difficulty staying or falling asleep, talk to your provider. We're here to help. Do not leave this open. Good quality sleep is important for everybody. What else can we do? I already mentioned you could do the regular walks, go outside. It's easier now than it was a few months ago. So maybe you should start daily walking, okay? If you used to walk daily, go back to your routine. If you have any parks that are open now and you like to be outside, go outside. Fresh air will be therapeutic and it will give you a mental boost. What else can you do? You can also build your own workout regimen at home. If you're not unable to get outside or simply need to remain indoors to limit contact with other people because you're higher risk for contracting the virus, you can get exercise at home. You don't need expensive equipment to develop an effective, diverse routine that both provide necessary cardio activity and builds muscle strength. One source that I can recommend for good exercise is heart.org. It has a lot of wonderful guidelines on the variety of exercises you could choose and complete. You can set it up on your own time. It has different duration and then, different types of exercise. So it's really a good source and a useful source. What else can we do? Plan healthy meals. You have to make sure that you you look at your plate before you eat. Make sure that, you have to select fresh foods. Obviously, they're the best choices and they're always preferred, but it's not always possible, okay? And if the fresh food is difficult to access, then you can create your own meal that are not, that are not processed at least. So frozen vegetables and fruits, retain many of the vitamins, and even canned beans and meats can be incorporated into numerous healthy meals. So there's lots of recipes available online. So try to pre-plan your meals. Avoid grabbing unhealthy snacks. Make sure that you eat lots of fruits and vegetables. So those are the things that you could do for yourself. And another important point I wanted to mention is you kind of have to think about how you're eating. You have to be able to control your portions. Try using a salad plate instead of a dinner plate and see, if you can drink a glass of water before you eat. And then if you wait 15 minutes to see if you're still hungry, that kind of helps. So just control your portions, drink plenty of water. I already mentioned, avoid unhealthy snacks. Just try to drink plenty of water. Eat proteins first. So because they will make you feel fuller. Too many carbohydrates can cause swings in both blood sugar and leave you feeling like you have less control over your hunger. And shop carefully. If you go shopping for your food, think, Okay, because if you think you eat the whole package of cookies in one sitting, then just don't buy them. Okay, or select a healthier snack like a fruit. So those are the most important points I wanted to mention. Also, I already kind of said it, but try to limit your alcohol, okay? A lot of patients are calling, and when I'm asking about if they drink alcohol, a lot of patients said, yeah, I've been drinking a little bit more lately because of the stress. Like I mentioned, try to deal with stress in a different way, like exercise. So patients spend more time in front of the TV now, and then a lot of them just grab a glass of wine and, just sit down and relax. Find other ways to relax and deal with anxiety or stress rather than drinking. Okay, in fact, when you have a glass of wine, count that as having a candy bar. Okay, it contains calories and the nutritional value is kind of low. So increase your water intake and limit your alcohol. And I already mentioned sleep is really important. Make sure you maintain good quality sleep and you stay hydrated and you stay healthy. Increase your activity as tolerated as you can. Start walking. Go back to your routine if you had it, or create your own routine, create your own exercise program. Basically, be mindful, be healthy, stay healthy, okay? And then the last thing I wanted to say is I already mentioned, get additional help from your medical provider. If you have any questions about your health, any questions about your weight, how to lose weight, how to control your weight, how to eat properly, please call your physician. We're always here to help. We'll help you pre-planning your healthy meals, develop your exercise plan if you need to, talk about any of the medical questions that you might have. So if you want to request an appointment, we're here to help. Okay, do not wait. That's all I have for today, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Karpov, for that informational presentation. Oscar, we have not received any questions online at this time.
Thank you, Dr. Karpov.
Thank you.
On behalf of the City of Sunny Isles Beach and Mount Sinai Medical Center, I want to thank you all for joining us today. It's great food for thought, but we need to maintain a safe and healthy during this pandemic as possible. And we look forward to more of these Zoom calls or Zoom presentations in the future. Thank you all again. We'll see you soon.